morning to you. Welcome, and this is Money Monday. It is your go-to show for financial tips, business insights on how you can grow a business, whether you're aspiring to have a great business in the future or you are a business person. You're a day-to-day person and you're looking for financial wisdom. This is the right place for you. And today I'm alone. I don't have a guest. So what we're going to do, we're going to do a book review that is called Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller, and our focus will be the importance of marketing in business growth, because as you know, marketing is a necessity in every business. Market is not just about selling, the brand, it's about the people. My name is Angela Kabete. Make sure that you get to connect, engage with me, get to tell me unatazama ukiwa wapi, and also tell me what's your take on this great topic. So what he says about the book, and it's about marketing is not just about selling, it's about creating value and telling a story that connects with your audience, that connects with your customer, that connects with your clients, that it's all about marketing and business itself. So according to statistics, they say companies that invest in a structured marketing strategy see revenue growth up to 60% within 2 years. So as a business person, or you aspire to have that business, kwa hiyo plan yako, in that strategy that you have you considered marketing itself? And then they say 82% of businesses that fail cite poor marketing or customer engaging as one of the main causes. And then they say 72% of customers say they only engage with marketing messages that are personalized and relevant to them. And let me give examples. Let's say, for example, Safaricom dominates Kenya telecom space, not just MPESA, because of consistent, relatable marketing that highlights convenience in the community, and that's why they are known worldwide. Brands like Coca-Cola, they do marketing each and every day, and that's why unajikuta hata ukitafuta soda, the first soda that you click in your mind, it's Coca-Cola. So let's get to understand, what does Donald Miller say about marketing, building a story brand, because you need to build a story so that people can connect with you. And what he says, number one, our customers don't buy best products, they buy the ones that they understand, a product that you understand. Even you as a person, wewe kama mtazamaji, when you go for a product out there, you'll go for a product that you understand, a product that you know. So for businesses people, what he's telling us, people don't want to decode your brand. So you're supposed to simplify your message. And what are you going to do to make sure that you get to reach the target audience for that brand that you have, for that product that you have? So what you're supposed to do, make sure that you get to know who are your ideal customers, because the customer is the main character in that business. So for you to understand what the customers need, you're supposed to have this mindset of a customer, to have this mindset of a buyer as a person. If you have that business, or you want to start that business, before ujeke kwa hiyo ni wewe unauzia watu, yes, but make sure that you have this mindset of a buyer to get to understand what do they want, what are the gaps in the market, address their needs, because every business out there is supposed to satisfy the client's needs, the customer needs. So is that if your business is not satisfying the clients, what will happen? Utauza, you're going to end up closing that business. So get to understand, what do my clients need? What do they say about me? And ask yourself, if you have been in business, let's say for example, you've been there for 3 months, ask yourself, who are we serving and what do they want? Na kama umekuwa kwa biashara, let's say for example for 1 year, ask yourself, Are my clients satisfied with what I am offering? If they are not, make sure that you get to hapo ndio mambo ya customer feedbacks inaingilia. Get to hear from your clients. Are they satisfied? Be taking their feedbacks, whether positive or negative. At least it's going to help you shape your business into satisfying the client's needs. Alafu anaendelea anasema, every customer is a hero. That's true. Your brand is the guide. And tuambia shift from look at us, and get that mindset. Yeah, here is how we can help you. So apart from getting ya kuambia clients that this is our brand, this is what we do, this is why you need to be with us, make them feel this is why you're supposed to be part of it. This is what we can offer, making it personalized, connecting with their emotions, connecting with their clients, And many businesses, the problem is businesses only address the surface level needs. So make sure that you go deeper. Ask yourself, what frustrates your clients emotionally? So that utoke from the negativity, you go to the positive side. Is it about the services that you offer? Probably the people that are working with you. What is it your packaging? What frustrates them emotionally when they come to that business of yours? Alafu anatuambia that ametupe example with Nike, and they don't just sell shoes, they sell confidence, they sell the style. So wewe unauza viatu hapo, what do you tell people? Do you sell the confidence ama tu unauza viatu? That's why anatuambia for those who are in the styling industry, kwa watu wenye wanauza manguo, because probably I'm sure you're watching and unauza manguo, don't just sell the clothes, sell the confidence. Give them a reason as to why they're supposed to buy clothes from you. If you sell the confidence, it means that you're connecting with your clients emotionally, and people buy something from you because you've connected with them emotionally, and now they'll have a story to tell. I went to this business and this was my experience. This is how I feel when I wear the clothes. This is how I feel when nikivalia viatu za Nike. This is how I feel. They'll have a story to tell. And if a client or a customer has a story to tell about their brand, your brand, it means they'll be coming each and every day in case there is a need. And also you'll be getting good referrals. There's nothing good like that, for businesses, because anyway, that is what we want, the numbers. And again, anatuambia that the part of the story, this is a framework of what is given. Anasema, at least he's given us a breakdown. Number one, a character. Your customer is the character. You are not the character in the business. Alafu anatuambia, when the problems in a business ziko, make sure that you be checking that is internal and external matters that could be affecting the businesses. And when it comes to the business, there are 7 P's when it comes to marketing. Let me share with you. Number 1, that is the product. Number 2, the price. Number 2, promotion. Number 4, number 1, product, price, promotion, people, process, and physical evidence. Those are the 7 P's when it comes to marketing. Na umesikia yenye iko hakukosi people. It means that people are involved each and every day, and that's why you're supposed to check the internal and the external matters. And ukiangalia the internal and the external matters, make sure that you get to check the 7 P's that I've given you, and make sure that your brand, and number 3, meets a guide. That's you, the brand. Make sure that you be the one to guide the people. Give them a reason as to why they're supposed to buy your products, because client hizi kaa pale nje ajiambie, let me go and buy from brand X, let me go and buy from brand Z. It's because you've done good marketing and you've given your clients the confidence and the reason as to why they're supposed to buy these products for you. And that's why Antuambia meets a guide. Make sure that you be the one guiding your clients. Give them a reason. This way you're supposed to buy these oils, they're good for your skin, connecting with them. And talking of giving them a guide, kwa watu wenye unafanya digital marketing, give them a reason, you know, contact us, get your products, and these are the results. At least you're giving them a reason as why they're supposed to buy your products. After tuambia, make sure that you give them a plan that is clear. Make sure that you're clear. Usembe client ati unakuja unabuy product and this is how to give them. Kuna watu wenye waambi client the negativity of the product. That's why tuambia, make sure that you give them a plan and a clear step on why they're supposed to buy your products. After natuambia, the problem with many businesses, brand acts like heroes and not as guides. Make sure that you're a guide. And tuambia that show empathy, you know, to the clients. And then it continues and says that make sure that you prove that you can understand and help. And that's why we've had many business people here in studio. Now, one thing that every financial advisor and every business coach, they usually say, before you venture in any business, make sure that you understand the business. Understand your business. This is what I'm able to offer. Let's say probably you're selling clothes out there. Do you understand your business well? What makes you unique? That at a business A anauza manguo and business B anauza manguo, if all of you will do marketing, your business will still stand out. What makes you different? It's because you understand your business, understand how it works, understand what makes your experience when your customer wanakuja hapo, when the customers visit your business, what makes the experience unique from other businesses. Kuna supermarkets mingi, kuna watu wanapenda Clean Chef, kuna watu wanapenda Naivas. What makes the difference that wewe unapenda kwenda Clean Chef, you don't prefer Naivas? What makes the difference? The experience. And it's because they have understood their business. And you understand the business, it means there's something unique with that business, even as you go to do marketing out there. And then anaendelea anatuambia, actually has given us an example. Let's say, for example, you're selling skincare products, you know. What can you be telling your clients? Let's say, for example, anatuambia, you can use this. For example, we have sold 1,000 products and people get healthier skin in just 2 weeks. You've connected with these clients emotionally. You know, probably mtu akona skincare issues. You've given this person a reason as why they're supposed to buy their products. And the power of storytelling. Kikuja kubuy product, you're telling this client, by the way, kulikuwa na client hapa last week, and this is the kind of feedback that you got from this client, and this is the kind of experience that this client got. That is the power of storytelling when it comes to marketing. Alafu anaendelea anatuambia that that is number 4. Anatuambia use clear and repeatable messaging. You're supposed to be clear and repetitive. People trust what they hear each and every day. People trust what they see on social media. When you do marketing more and more, what you build, that is, you create a loyalty with your clients, and also it helps you to get response from people. That's what I'm talking. Use clear and repetitive messaging, and same, make sure that you have a tagline for your business, one that is unique, because each business has its own tagline. Do you have one? You know, do your business have one? Am I just sell the shoes without a tagline? What's your identity as a business? Do you have that thing that people identify with? You know, do you? If you don't have, make sure that you create one. It really helps. If someone wants to buy something, ataka kumbuke, by the way, brand B, this is their identity. That is what will stick in their minds. Alafu anatuambia that use a tagline that every person, mtu akipitia pale kwa social media, atakumbuka that this is what brand A resonates with, so I can connect with it. Alafu anatuambia that who gives, make sure that you give your clients a plan. You know, that's what he's telling us. Customer feel overwhelmed or unsure. So how do you make your clients feel as a person, as an individual, as a day-to-day person you're aspiring to have that business? What's your tagline? You know, what's your plan? Because, you know, let's say, for example, brands like Coca-Cola, ukijua tu unataka soda, you want to feel refreshed. Coca-Cola wako na tagline yao, Safaricom wako na make sure that you have one. And then he continues and says, anatuambia that this is what he continues and says, number 5, create a sales funnel that converts. Anasema there is a simple 3-step funnel that he has given out hapa. Let's check it out. Anasema create a lead magnet. These are things like discounts, you know, offers. As a business person, you know, be creating discounts for your customers, be creating the offers in times of events like Jamhuri, Mashujaa. At least when attract clients each and every day. After I make sure that you have an email. You know, use business people are really embracing social media, because you know, probably in the next 2 years everything will be in social media. Make sure that you embrace social media. After tuambia that on the social media, build a story. If you are, that is by having testimonials from your clients. And look on social media, take videos, you know, post the testimonials of your clients. To those who do photography, post the testimonials of your clients. At least you're building a story. You know, if someone wants to know something about brand X, that ata akienda kwa simu aende kwa social media, this person will get a story on what he or she can get in that brand that you have, or in that brand that you're aspiring to have. And that is what he's telling us. Alafu anatuambia, let's say for example, he's given an example. Actually, there's an example. Let's say for example, you're having a spa out there. Make sure that you have, that is anatuambia, that is on the importance of having things like emails, you know. And sema when you have these emails, for example, you get to tell about, you get to improve. Kama uko unafanya bookings, anatuambia make sure that you introduce things like bookings on emails and everything. That is a call to action. That is what he's telling us. And tuambia, then he's telling us that add calls them to action. That is what he's saying. And sema that be bold enough, be clear, calling to action. That is what when you offer services, the hotels and everything, bookings. And sema be bold, use clear to action words like book with us now. You know, don't just say book with us now. At least you get to connect with clients. After Antombia, you can use taglines like call us today, you know, start a free trial. At least, you know, give these people reasons as to why they should book with your company. And then Antombia, the problem with many businesses out there, no urgency or consequence is communicated, you know. So it means that make sure that as a business person, you create an urgency. Why do you need my products? Why should you visit us today? You know, why should you visit like people like Coca-Cola, you know, brands like Coca-Cola, ametumia color red. That is the psychology of colors when it comes to marketing. Red bring this aspect, urgency, you know. So that's psychology of color when it comes to marketing. So create an urgency. Why should I come and visit your brand today? Why should I buy from brand B and not brand C? You know, create an urgency. Even Tuambia, many people, they don't create an urgency. And also Tuambia, there's a tactic that is giving us. Make sure that you communicate the consequence. If you don't visit us today, what will happen? But not in a negative way. Tuambia that communicate the consequences. You know, show them what they might lose if they don't act. You know, let's say the discounts, you can use the discounts. I told me that you can use an example that is given us. Don't miss out on the 20% discount ending on Friday. So come in Asia Friday, you have created an urgency in the mind of the buyer. You've created an urgency. Let's say for example, you're selling books or make a discount. You have created an urgency. If you don't visit my brand, this is what will happen. You know, for those who are let's say for example, style, you know, if you don't come today, utapata these collections zimeisha. And tuambia that no urgency or consequence is communicated, especially for those businesses, people in for example ni spas, mango and everything. So before we go for a short break, make sure that you talk to me on 0799 200 100. Niambie mtazamo ukiwa wapi and what's your take on this book that you're doing a review today. Niambie what's your take, what is that one thing that you have understood and you feel like, you know, I should start doing this in my business. And also people pale kwa social media, that is on Facebook, Facebook and YouTube at Mizpah TV Kenya. Hashtag ni Money Monday. What have you gotten from this first session? So we're going for a short break, and then when we come back, we'll continue doing the book review and help you understand what is the power of story, telling a story, creating a story, and also understanding the power of marketing, because as you have said, marketing is a necessity in each and every business. And so you get to understand, if you have been doing that marketing, why aren't you making sales as you had targeted to? So stay tuned. We'll be right back after the break. Back. This is Money Monday, and in today's edition we are doing a book review by Donald Miller that is building a story brand and is connected to marketing. And before we went for a break, I had told you, to those who have tuned in right now, we're checking on the importance of marketing and also building a story brand, because that is the key thing. Marketing is a necessity in every business, and nilikuwa nimewapatia that the 7 P's in marketing. That is the things that are involved in marketing in each and every business. Number 1, that is product, price, promotion, people, process, and physical evidence. And talking of physical evidence, that is the people, the results and the experience that people get after they have visited your business, after they have bought your products. So let's continue. This is what he says: confused customers never buy products. If their customers visit your business and they feel confused, they never buy. What could be the problem? Probably, number 1, anatuambia, if your marketing confuses people even a little, they'll never buy. So the problem is using too many words. Probably your tagline iko na majina mingi sana. Using too many words, you're never detailed, you're never clear. What is your identity? Know your identity as a business. That is what makes you unique. And to me, using too many words, unclear visuals, and complex languages loses attention. And talking of language, for every product, understand who is your ideal customer. You know, what do you want your clients to get after they have read your message, you know, your intended message? Will they get it as you had purpose to apate hivyo, ama they will understand it differently? If your clients understand your message differently, you are the problem, because you said the client, the customer is the main client, is the main character in your business, and that's who you're supposed to put out there yourself as a business person in the mindset of a buyer, so to make sure that they understand what you want them to get from your business. Alafu anaendelea anatuambia make sure that anatuambia that people buy results, not processes. You know, apart from the process, apart from telling me this product unafaa kujipaka hivi, ingo unafaa ufanye hivi na hivi na hivi, people buy the results. So as a business person, do you get feedback from your clients after they have bought your product? Do you make an effort of understanding how do they feel? You know, probably mtu alikuja akabai mafuta after 1 month. Do you ask them, did they get what they wanted from the product? You know, customer feedback, whether negative or positive, because don't forget, the business is supposed to bring solutions, to bring impact, to satisfy the needs of your clients, you know. And that's why to me, people buy results, not processes. So anatomy that customers don't care how your service works. They care about the results, the end results after using, or get at the end results of even your services, you know. And to admit that problems, many businesses over-explain the process instead of the outcome. Unaambia client, oh, inafaa ufanye hivi, tutafanya hivi, tutafanya hivi. It's just like a cyber. Mtu anaangalianga that is the end results. Don't look at the process, you know. That's why I told me that many businesses over-explain the process of instead of the outcome. So as a business person, as you go to do marketing out there, and I told me make sure that don't forget to tell the client the end results of the products or the services that they will get after visiting, let's say for example, your shop or using your products. Give them the give them, that is, show them before and after. That is, if you have the customer testimonials, people who have got experience from that business of yours, and to me, use testimonials, transformational stories, you know. And also make sure that you connect to your clients. You can use probably languages. Imagine if you use this product, you know, this is how your skin will look like in the next 1 month, in the next 2 weeks. If you wear this cloth, this is how you look like, you know, fashionable, stylish, you know. Connecting with your clients, that is what he's telling us. And then he continues and tell us, every brand needs a clear mission and a statement. So, and to me, there are 3 things that you're supposed to include when you introduce a new brand in the market. Or for those businesses that have been there and you don't have this, please introduce this in your business. This is what you say. Number 1, what do you do as a business? You know, because biashara zote zinauza nguo, but yourself, what do you do? You know, alafu anatuambia what you do for it as a business person. What do you do for that business? That is a question that goes to you as the proprietor of that business, the person who is managing that business. And then why it matters. Why do that business matter? Let's say, why does that business matter? Let's say this month, you know, why does it matter? How does it help people out there? You know, why is it relevant? You know, what kind of gap is that business bridging? Those are the questions that you're supposed to ask yourself, so that wewe usifungue biashara based on what you think. You are open the business based on the gaps zenye ziko kwa market, the satisfaction of the customers. If you ask yourself this question, at least utafungua biashara and you're not making sales, and you know you're not making sales. If you don't make sales, you need that money, you know, that business, it needs stability. If you don't make money, you'll end up shutting that business, going to another business. These are the common mistakes that people make, not understanding the business. Why does it matter? You know, what makes you feel confident that nikifungua biashara watu watakuja wanunue manguo, you know? And that's why ukiangalia kwa the 7 P's in the market, kuna people, kuna the place, na kuna the process itself. Those are the P's that the things that you're supposed to check out. And then anaendelea natuambia that mambo ya reputation, that's something that I already said. Repeat it over and over and over again. Stick to one message. That is what he's telling us, you know, the same value. Si leo nasema, by the way, today if you take this product, these are the values that you get. Tomorrow, if you feel like it's not working for you, usha change, umeenda kwa ingine, you know, your tagline, you change it over and over again. Next week ni hii, hiyo wiki ingine ni hii. Stick to one. And to me, sticking to one thing, your identity when it comes to business. Just like Coca-Cola, ni open happiness, you know, for years. It has been working for them all over and over again. So and to me, sticking to one. And to me, businesses owners, the problem is businesses owners get bored with their message and keep changing it. So have you ever felt like you're bored with that one tagline ya biashara yako? If you get bored, what do you do about it? You know, because it's not about you, it's about the client. So we want to change only because you're bored. Not asking yourself, what if there's one client, pale nje amepita ameona hiyo biashara yako, and person is like, I can visit that place and, you know, buy these products, because they remember that tagline ya biashara yako. So to me, stick to that one identity. Have something that identifies with you. If it is that one color, you know, have that one color that mtu akiona pink anaona business A, mtu akiona orange anaona business C. The colors matters, you know. And then anaendelea anatuambia visual clarity is as important as verbal clarity. Anatuambia that your photos and videos must visually communicate the success you promise, you know. Wewe kwa hiyo biashara yako ya mlango, ni picha gani umeweka? What kind of photo is there? You know, do that photo does it communicate about your business? You know, the color on your door, does it communicate about your business? What you post on that page of social media, you know, that account ya biashara yako, does it communicate on the kind of services and the experience that people get, or it communicates a different thing? Because you know, when it comes to digital marketing on social media, people trust what they see on social media. You know, it creates loyalty. Or matters to do with branding. Branding creates loyalty with your customers, what they see there. It explains on the kinds of experience that they will get when they visit your business. So ask yourself, do you post on social media? Do you post your business? You know, the kind of photo that yenye iko hapo, is that photo communicate really your business? That name hiyo kitu yenye umeweka hapo, does it communicate about your business, and how does it make your client feel? You know, is it your identity? You know, that's why anatuambia that your photo, anatuambia that, so anatuambia these are the kind of solutions. I use clean, high quality images of happy customers using products. You know, that's what he's telling us. Anatuambia avoid overused, anatuambia overused stock photos or messy backgrounds. This goes to those people who have embraced social media in their businesses. That is what he's telling us. You know, be posting things that are new each and every day. And then he continues and say another point. Brands must remove all noise. Alafu anasema noise equals anything that doesn't contribute to your customer's journey. You know, and tuambia the solution is eliminate unnecessary websites. You know, this goes to those people who have embraced social media. And for every business, please embrace social media. Make sure that people, watu wanaweza kujua on Facebook, on Instagram. Embrace social media, the digital space, it is there for you. And tuambia that eliminate unnecessary website buttons, social media clutters, and product options. So talking of product options, and tuambia that have one thing, you know, that one thing that people identify you with, you know, and that's why tuambia noise equals anything that doesn't matter. And ndio maana tuambia eliminate product options. Have that one thing, you know, that people identify with, that enjoy. If I want clothes, I can go to to business A. If I want beauty services, I can go to business B. If I want shoes, I can go to business C. Si leo umepost watermelon, kesho umepost manguo, kesho kutwa you feel like clothes, they're not selling, you know, you're not getting the clients. Kesho kutwa umepost, that is what else, you know, umepost nywele, you know, posting different things that even your clients are confused. And don't forget, you told us confused customers, they don't buy anything. Why? Because they don't know what to identify with. Umekuwa jack of all trades. You don't have that one thing that your identity. And you know, at least when you understand, at least when you have that business that you're focusing on, that one thing that you're so passionate about, you are able to understand your business. That even in times when there are economic downturns, in times that you're not making sales, at least you have that one thing. So imagine, you're selling clothes, unauza watermelon, unauza, you're doing everything, and then we have economic downturns and all these businesses have been affected. What are you going to do? And let's say, for example, how you don't have the stability as a business person. What are you going to do? You're going to end up shutting that business. And don't forget, there is competition out there. So you're peke yako unauza manguo. So if you don't work on that one thing and understand the business, the good thing, when you understand the business, you make maximum use of the gaps that is ziko kwa hiyo biashara, you know. And that's why kwa biashara tuambia, before you venture into any business, make sure that you understand the business, understand the gaps, understand that kama sisi wote kwa hii lane, you know, in that space inyoko nyinyi wote mnauza manguo, what will stand for you? What will people identify you with? And then anatuambia that it continues and tells us, create a one-liner that sells, you know. That is just create a one-liner that sells. That means that you need to have a structure. Before you start that business, probably you're aspiring to have that business, make sure that you have a structure. Do you have one? Be strategic as a business person. And to ask yourself, the problem plus the solution plus the results. That is the structure that you need to to ask yourself before you venture into any other business when it comes to the world of marketing. What is the problem in the market? You know, am I satisfying the need in the market? Am I giving the solutions? You know, if you're giving the solutions, you're going to get positive results. If you're not giving the solutions, you're going to get negative results. Afa nituambia, many businesses struggle to market themselves online. You know, and to me they struggle to market themselves online. Why? And to me, you know, what you can do as a business person, create things that attract clients so that you can grow with ease. That brings us to the table, embracing social media and digital marketing. Don't forget, don't forget, when you have the structure: problem, identify the problem, the solution, and also what are the end results. Are the customers being satisfied? Because we say the customer is always the main character in every business. The client is the main character, and that's why tuambia most of the time the client is always right. So if you don't satisfy clients, yatenda kwingine kwenye anakuwa satisfied, which is not a good thing. I don't think any business person would want that to happen, right? And then anaendelea anatuambia customer don't look for brands, they look for solutions. That is true. If you get a client mwenye ako so desperate for a certain for purchasing a certain product, and you have the solution, definitely your client atakuja kwako. And that's why I natuambia that your customer is not searching for you as a business person. That's why you're not supposed to speak much about the brand. Connect with the client, know what the client wants. That's why your customer is not searching for you. Those businesses, when you go out there, you speak so much about you, speak even about how your structure looks like, and I mean that your customer is not searching for you, they are searching for help. And that's why to me, if the customer is confused, they won't buy the product from you. You're supposed to be the guide of your clients. That is what Donald Miller is saying. And to me, the keywords when it comes to marketing, use keywords in your messaging that match what people are already searching for. You know, alafu atuambia focus on pain points and describe desired results by the clients, not just your business name or awards, because the business is mingi, and it's okay to speak about the awards that you've gotten out there for doing this and that, but don't forget the client matters. That's why Antuambia, even when you post, make sure that what you're posting, that is customer testimonials, the experiences. And that's why Antuambia, the power, the storytelling, there's power in storytelling. The experience matters a lot. What do people when you mention your brand, and your brand is mentioned out there, what do people remember? Mtu atakumbuka nini? You know, if you to get referrals, because some businesses thrive because of referrals, what will that client speak about you? You know, what will they say about you? Tell me, for example, you are selling clothes, niambia mtu enda kwa social media, if that person search you, atakupata. That's why I use keywords in your messaging that match what people are already searching for. Those are the people when you're kwa social media. Make sure that you post kwa hashtag pale. Weka kitu yenye watu wana search sana, mambo matters to do with fashion and everything. Yenye kitu nitatafuta, your business will be one of the options that I'll get on social media. And then anaendelea natuambia, people buy identity, not products. You know, customers want to feel something about themselves when they buy. So if I come to that business of yours, you know, what will that client, what will I feel about myself? You know, what will I feel? You know, that's why Tuambia, sell a lifestyle solution. That is a solution to every business out there. Sell a lifestyle, a status, or an identity of your business. What do the clients feel? That goes back to the experience, what you make them feel. Mimi nimekuja kutafuta nguo. How do you make me feel? You know, do you make me feel stylish, or just make me feel like, nunua tu nguo, wanataka nguo gani alafu uende? How do they feel? Because my customers want to feel something. That is the experience. How do you talk to them? How do you make them feel? You know, how do you relate to them? The packaging, how do you do it? When they buy something and they go, do you give them a reason of coming back? You know, to buy the products, do you do a follow-up if they were satisfied? Ama wetu unasema, huyo amenunua tu ameenda, mimi as long as they get the money, the client matters. You want that client back. Alafu anatuambia that anatuambia Apple doesn't sell phones, they sell creativity and innovation. So sometimes even it's not about the product, it's about the client. What do they want? And then anatuambia clarify your customer's journey, because don't forget, the client matters. Anatuambia that map out your customer's path from problem, solution to transformation. So when you go to do marketing out there, when you're doing prospecting, how do you do it to your clients? Before that prospect akue client wako, how do you do it? To map out your customer's path from that problem. Don't be selling in the name, ndio uze tu. At least make sure that your client umemsaidia kujua shida. If a client it's just like when you go to a hospital, you explain, this is how I'm feeling, I'm not feeling well, the doctor listens to you. He or she identify the problems, anakupea dawa yenye itakusaidia, and at the end results, you're healed. That's what I mean. Map your customer's path, identify the problem. Don't just sell the product. To those, let me give an example. Now, to use skincare products, don't just sell the products. Identify the client's problem, then offer the solution. The solution is your brand. The solution is your company. The solution are the services that you offer that leads to transformation, and that is where the client, and that's where that's how your clients are satisfied. For example, anatuambia on your website, pitch and explain, where are you, where are you, what do you offer, and how will the client get access to what you're offering. That brings us to that point. Embrace digital marketing to every business out there. And then anatuambia lead with empathy and close with value. Do you lead with empathy? How do you add value to that is close with value. So the point is this: start your message by showing understanding what the client needs. Show that we understand this is what we want. We understand this is how you feel when probably this is not working for you. Kama unauza charger, we understand how you feel when you're, your phone is battery low, something like that. And that's what I mean. Start your message by showing understanding. Be empathetic. Connect with your client's emotion, because when you're empathetic, at least you're able to connect with their emotions, And then Antombia, end it by showing results. After understanding them, show the results. This is how you feel when you purchase my product. And there's an example here. Let me give an example. You can tell your clients, we understand how it is hard to find loyal clients, I find that's why we offer smart social media campaigns that attract repeat buyers. That goes to those people who are doing social media. At least you're empathetic to your clients. We understand how it feels to find loyal clients. At least you've connected with them. Be like, by the way, I've been struggling to find clients. If these people are able to offer me a solution, let me go to them. If they understand me, why wouldn't I go to people who understand me? Why wouldn't you go to them? At least even you can feel the tone, they're empathetic, Alafu anatuambia we have 1 minute. Make sure that use the story brand framework in every platform, that is on website, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, business cards, and everything. And alafu anatuambia that keep your messaging consistent and memorable. Be consistent on social media. Wacha watu wakusikie, that even they remember you each and every day. If someone wants that one thing, they'll be remembering product A, nimemsikia sana, why shouldn't I try the product? And keeps your message consistent and memorable, that they will come and buy from you. And then as we wind up, and Tombia, that create a transformational statement. Describe who your customer becomes after using your product and your services. That is the book review. And a summary of it means that your customer doesn't the book review, this is a wrap up of the book review. Your customer doesn't care how great you are. They care how you help them. They care how you help them win in the kind of the problem that they have. If your brand messaging is confusing or self-centered, people won't listen. But when your message is clear, consistent, and speaks their story, speaks to their story, because the client matters, you sell without forcing it. And I believe that you have learned something, the power of storytelling, by Donald Mead, the power of storytelling when it comes to marketing. I believe that you have learned something. Please make sure that you interact with me. That is on 0799 200 100. What is that one thing that you've taken? What is that one thing that you feel I should apply this in my business? I'll be so glad to hear from you. My name is Angela Kabete, and I had an amazing time interacting and engaging with you. Till next time, God bless you abundantly. Bye bye.